first. Lace up and take off for courage. How the 5K is helping families keep courage while battling cancer. We're talking about Courage Through Cancer. And if you're familiar with John Neal and his mission, you know how powerful it is, the stories he shares with those fighting against cancer, and also how empowering it is for those that are in the fight. Today, we're talking about the Gina Hollenbeck Memorial Run this May. Let's welcome John Neal, founder and president, along with Greg Hollenbeck, to talk about the foundation. Welcome, guys, and thank you so much for being on Bluff City Live.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. So let's talk a little bit about the whole foundation. Let's kind of unpack a little of that.
So what we're doing, Courage Thru Cancer is a group of Mid-Southerners that have a common enemy in cancer, and we all have joined together to raise hope and inspiration for anybody that has to face this disease. As everyone knows, this is not a fight that you want to do alone.
Absolutely.
And one of the scary things that when you get diagnosed with it, when you hear about cancer, you just kind of lock up. Well, we wanted to take the fear away by giving hope and inspiration from the examples of other Mid-Southerners who have fought the fight. And there is nobody that fought the fight as strong as Gina Hollenbeck, who we're naming this race after. And so Gina was diagnosed back in 2015 with stage 4 lung cancer, was given a very short window to live of 7 months, but miraculously and through her will, strength, and determination and loving spirit, and with the great care that she got from Dr. Rowe and the team at Baptist Cancer Center, she lived 7 glorious years, 7 powerful years where she changed the game and the scope of lung cancer research worldwide at the Super Bowl, in Europe, and everywhere. And so this time we decided that we wanted to do something in honor of her memory, and Greg has a foundation that was started by Baptist Cancer Center that is we're earmarking all of our money to go to this one specific cause, which Greg can tell you a little bit more about.
I love that. Please share, Greg. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, so the foundation will actually provide funds for biomarker testing, and here in the Mid-South, we're at the Mecca Center of Lung Cancer, and a lot of people don't even know that, but this is it. Dr. O, we call him Dr. O because nobody say his last name, and Dr. O is with Baptist Cancer Center, and he came to Memphis because it is the Mecca Center of Lung Cancer. He came to the war zone. And so what biomarker testing, John just told you that they said 7 months, and ended up being 7 years.
That is
And that's all because of biomarker testing, because they can test to see what kind of gene mutation you have, and then there's a target therapy for it, which they found out she had one and got to get on target therapy, and that's why she lived for 7 years. And so the problem is insurance does not cover biomarker testing. So this fund, all the money raised for this will go directly to that. They will pay for biomarker testing for anybody who comes to Baptist Cancer Center here in Memphis.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I love that. And I love the fact that you guys chose something where the insurance doesn't cover, because oftentimes with cancer, it's such a, and it's so hard to understand, number one, and then oftentimes they don't want to pay for certain things, and even if you don't have the resources, you're just kind of there.
Right.
You know?
And that's one of the missions behind Courage Thru Cancer, and what we do is we take examples of courage from Mid-Southerners. Some beat it, some the medication and treatments haven't caught up to their disease yet, but their fight is probably going to inspire somebody else to keep going, to maybe it'll catch up to them eventually one day. And so what we do is we have these events, these fundraisers, to basically take care of patients on the needs that they have, because one of the worst things about cancer is that over 60% of the people that get diagnosed file bankruptcy after the treatments are over, because of how much loss there is and how much of the cost is to the family to save your life. And so that's one of the reasons why we've found that this foundation that Greg is now representing for his wife, we think that this is going to be something that's going to be beneficial for those in the Mid-South that otherwise would not be afforded this opportunity to save one of their loved one's life. And that's why we're so grateful to be partnered up with Baptist Cancer Center to provide this service to the Mid-South.
And that's good news.
It's great news.
That's great news.
It's a blessing.
It really is, because I think oftentimes when we do get the diagnosis, I can only imagine how shocking. And you instantly think it's a death wish, and it doesn't really have to be. I think a lot of it too comes from the will to continue, and then sometimes someone sharing that story can inspire you to have that fight. And they understand, because it's one thing if you are first diagnosed and going through it, but if you've never done it, you don't really understand. You can feel, but to actually get it from someone who has walked the walk, and talk the talk.
Well, taking it from one Gina to this Gina that everybody's seeing, to seeing everybody that's on TV, seeing all the pictures of Gina right now, what you'll see about Gina, she had a kilowatt smile, and when she walked into a room, she radiated hope. She radiated love. And you know, a lot of times people think that it's the physical strength that gets you through these fights, and when it's actually the mental and it's the communal support that you can give. And Gina basically spent her entire diagnosis helping others. And that's one of the reasons why we make her such a focal point of our push. Because when you have Mid-Southerners that are so selfless in their time of struggle and they can give hope to somebody else, that's what Courage Thru Cancer is all about. Because if you can give somebody the most powerful four-letter word in the world is hope. If you can give them that, Gina's love radiated on top of that hope, but that's why we are doing this for her, because we know in her memory she'll be looking down on all of us, smiling that we are taking her example and sharing it to the Mid-South. Everybody gets to know about her.
And you're right, if you saw her picture, she does have a beautiful smile.
She does.
And thank you guys, and Baptist so much for just bringing this forth. We appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Join this Courage 5K and join in the Memorial Run. We'll be right back after the break.